What if the parts of yourself you fear the most hold the key to your greatest strength? We all have a shadow self, a hidden vault of shame, fear, and perceived flaws. But what if truly confronting these repressed traits isn't a weakness, but the ultimate act of radical self-acceptance that unlocks profound personal growth? Prepare for a dark dive into the psychology of authentic power. Think about it. We see it everywhere, from Walter White's transformation into Heisenberg in Breaking Bad to the internal struggles of our favorite superheroes. There are parts of ourselves we push down, hide away, and pretend don't exist. We curate our lives on social media, showing only the highlights, the successes, the perfect angles. We present a version of ourselves at work, with friends, even with family, that feels safe and acceptable. But what about the rest? The messy, insecure, angry, or fearful parts? This is where the legendary psychologist Carl Jung comes in. He introduced the concept of the shadow self. Now, the name sounds ominous, but hear me out. The shadow isn't some evil twin living inside you. It's everything you've repressed because you thought it was bad, unacceptable, or unlovable. This could be your ambition, your anger, your vulnerability, or even your creativity. Jung argued that this hidden part of us isn't inherently evil at all. In fact, he believed it holds immense, untapped energy and is a powerful resource for wholeness. So, what happens when we spend our lives running from this shadow? It doesn't just disappear. The cost of repression is huge. Pushing these parts down is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It takes constant energy, and eventually, it's going to pop up, often at the worst possible moment. This is where things like chronic anxiety, unexplained sadness, and patterns of self-sabotage come from. You ever find yourself picking a fight right after a great day, or procrastinating on a project you really care about? That could be your shadow acting out, trying to get your attention. This constant effort to maintain a perfect, flawless front is exhausting. It leads to burnout and a deep sense of inauthenticity, like you're an actor in your own life. And when we're disconnected from our true, whole selves, we start desperately seeking validation from others. We need their likes, their praise, their approval to feel okay. External validation becomes a prison, because no matter how much you get, it's never enough to fill the void left by abandoning parts of yourself. The most damaging part. We start projecting our shadow onto others. That person at work you can't stand. That celebrity that just gets under your skin for no reason. Often, the traits that trigger a strong negative reaction in us are reflections of our own disowned shadow. So how do we stop running and start integrating? This is where shadow work comes in. It's the courageous process of turning around and facing what we've been avoiding. This isn't some mystical, complex ritual. It's about practical, actionable steps you can take today. A great place to start is with journaling. Ask yourself, what traits in others really annoy me? What am I most ashamed of? What do I fear people will discover about me? Right? Without judgment. Just let it flow. Another powerful tool is to examine your strong emotional reactions. When you feel a surge of rage, envy, or shame, don't just push it away. Get curious. Pause and ask, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What underlying belief or fear just got triggered? This is about acknowledging your perceived flaws, not to beat yourself up, but to understand them. Now, a crucial distinction. Integration is not indulgence. Acknowledging you have a shadow that feels rage doesn't mean you go around screaming at everyone. Acknowledging you have selfish impulses doesn't give you a free pass to be a jerk. It's about understanding that this energy exists within you and then choosing consciously how to channel it. Anger, for example, is often a sign that a boundary has been crossed. Integrated, it becomes the fuel for assertiveness and self-protection. Integration is about awareness and choice, not reckless action. And throughout this entire process, the most critical ingredient is self-compassion. This work is uncomfortable. You will uncover things you don't like. You have to approach yourself with the same kindness and non-judgment you would offer a dear friend. This journey leads us to the ultimate destination, radical self-acceptance. This doesn't mean you have to like everything about yourself. It means you stop fighting reality. It's the profound act of acknowledging and owning all parts of yourself, the light, the dark, the brilliant, and the broken, without needing them to be different. It's saying, this is part of me, and that's okay. And here's the paradox. The moment you truly accept your flaws, they begin to lose their power over you. The shame you've carried for years starts to dissolve when you bring it into the light. This is the foundation of genuine, unshakable self-esteem, not one based on achievements or external praise, but on a complete and honest relationship with yourself. Through this process, shame is transformed into wisdom. You learn from your mistakes instead of being defined by them. Fear, when faced, becomes the raw material for courage, and your perceived weaknesses often reveal themselves to be your most unique strengths. Maybe your oversensitivity is actually profound empathy. Maybe your stubbornness is actually unwavering determination. When you integrate your shadow, the growth is catalytic. Think of a leader who isn't afraid to admit they don't have all the answers. They've integrated their shadow of not knowing and turned it into humility and a collaborative spirit. Think of an artist who channels their inner turmoil into a masterpiece. They've integrated their pain and transformed it into beauty that connects with thousands. This isn't just theory, it is real-world impact. This authentic self-acceptance has a ripple effect on every area of your life. Your relationships become deeper and more honest because you're no longer hiding. Your decision-making improves because you're operating from a place of wholeness, not fear. Your overall well-being skyrockets because you're no longer wasting energy on an internal war. So, I invite you to begin this journey. It's not a one-time fix. It's a lifelong commitment to exploring your own depths. It's the ultimate act of devotion to becoming your most authentic, powerful, and ever-evolving self. Stop running from your darkness. Turn around, embrace it, and watch as it becomes your greatest source of light. Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with me. If this resonated, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on unlocking your true potential. What part of this journey are you on? Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.